Hello, everyone, and thank you for watching Northwest Public Broadcasting's Vote 2026 coverage of the 4th Congressional District primary in Washington State. That 4th District has been long held by Dan Newhouse, but after announcing in December he would not seek re-election, that left a seat open for one of 11 candidates on the primary ballot. My name is Matt Lovelace. Today, we at Northwest Public Broadcasting, in collaboration with AARP of Washington State and the League of Women Voters of Benton and Franklin counties and the League of Women Voters of Yakima County, are helping you get to know some of these candidates. Some newcomers, some familiar challengers, and we have some questions for them. This is not a debate nor a forum. We have taken the opportunity to schedule time with the candidates one-on-one. We'd like our viewers and listeners to consider this a bit of a video voter's guide, where we've collaborated on a series of questions. Each candidate will get all of these same questions and the same opportunity to answer. We'll time the responses here in our NWPB studio on the WSU Tri-Cities campus. We thank you for watching. Continuing to talk with the candidates in the 4th Congressional District, I'd like to welcome Ken Vaz to the studio. Mr. Vaz, thank you for being here. A software developer working in tech and retail here in the state of Washington. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you so much for having me.
First question, we're getting right into affordability and cost of living, which of course is at top of mind for a lot of voters out there. Everybody, including older adults, are concerned about their ability to pay for utilities, buy groceries, car, gas, everything like that. If elected, what federal actions do you think you could take to help adults on fixed or limited incomes manage these expenses?
Yeah, so that's a good question. On fixed income, what we need is a solution that will reduce costs and bring down the prices of everyday goods, of everyday groceries, and also we need to think about how we're going to start reducing the price of gas as well. I think that in order to make things more affordable, we need to encourage competition. This is also very important to healthcare as well, because I think that the cost of healthcare has gone very, very high, and that we need we need competition in healthcare in order to bring those prices down. We need basically transparent prices, and we need different. We need people to be able to pick and choose where they're going to go for healthcare, and have different prices that are flexible, and that people can determine what is good for them.
All right. Well, our second question, let's talk about the election itself and voting, since that is a topic here nationally. Washington State has a long history of vote by mail and, of course, offers multiple voting options with some safeguards. If elected, how would you approach maintaining access while ensuring election security, as well as, critically, public confidence in our elections?
Yeah, so there have been some policy proposals out there, such as the SAVE Act, to basically safeguard our elections. I'm a big proposal of, I do agree that you need to have voter ID. One thing about me, though, is that my policy proposals for safeguarding our elections should also include, mail-in, vote by mail, because the majority of Americans do vote by mail, and we need to make sure that we protect that as well. So I want to have a policy where you do show your ID, and you can prove that you're a citizen with your ID. Here in Washington State, we have our enhanced driver's license, which shows that you're a U.S. citizen. And if we could use that in federal elections and every election, that will basically safeguard our elections and protect it for U.S. citizens.
All right. Mr. Vaz, thank you. And our next question has to do with Social Security. If elected, how would you work to protect and strengthen Social Security, not just for the people who use it now, but perhaps for their children and grandchildren?
Yeah, this one hits home for me, because we're watching my generation seeing that Social Security money is running out. The funds are in treasuries, so basically they don't give a good return on investment. And politicians love this idea because they can basically spend the money and give an IOU, which is basically what a treasury is. So I would propose that we have a government-run pension plan and sort of have professional investors invest Social Security money in order to protect it for the future and for our future children. But I don't believe in cutting any Social Security benefits The only thing I would say is that because Social Security money is running out, I believe that the benefits should be reserved for American citizens and not people who are foreigners, maybe who worked here for a little bit and are retired abroad, because we want that money spent in the U.S. We don't want it spent abroad and given out to foreigners, especially in this day and age when our deficit is so high and our money is running out.
All right, thank you. Next question, talking about taking care of our aging populations here in Washington State. If elected, how would you help family caregivers save money and time so that they can care for their loved ones?
So we kind of touched a little bit. I touched a little bit earlier on supporting healthcare systems. I'm for a government-run option as well, and family caregivers as well play a big role here in Washington, supporting our parents and our elderly who actually need help. So we need to have systems that support these individuals who provide services to elderly people, and we need to make sure that they are not overwhelmed in the work that they do, and have a set number of patients that they see so that the care stays quality for the individuals that they are seeing.
Mr. Vaz, a lot of questions we could get to, but final one and the fifth one, because of the large geographic area here in the 4th Congressional District. Tribal relations is a big question. And how would you approach government-to-government relationships with the federally recognized tribes here in Washington?
Yeah, tribes are a big part of Washington State. I believe that they're a big part of our nation as a whole, too. Native Americans play a big role in supporting us and supporting also businesses across the state. I go to different tribal areas sometimes. I've been to casinos and stuff. I think that we can support them by having policies that allow them to run their own areas, and but have them also provide benefits that can also help them as well. So, yeah.
All right, Mr. Vaz, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
We want to thank everybody for watching these conversations with candidates in the 4th Congressional District of Washington. And a reminder, ballots go out beginning the 17th of July. That begins an 18-day period to vote. We encourage you to vote early, as the top 2 candidates in this primary will move on to the general. The official primary election day is August 4th. On behalf of the League of Women Voters of Benton and Franklin County, the League of Yakima County, and AARP of Washington State, we thank you for watching Northwest Public Broadcasting and our Vote 2026 coverage.